Hi Gordon, back again. That's a 3-0 win at home to Kello. How did you feel about that performance today?
First half, I'd say to the guys at half time, first half was okay, I thought. Played some good stuff. Our two sort of danger men behind the striker caused problems, created a lot of openings, probably could have scored a few more goals, but it was decent enough. Second half we let the game drift a wee bit, didn't really get going. Obviously them getting the two guys sent off late on, it kind of killed it a wee bit, but I can only really look after us, and I said to them there, I expect us to go and step on a wee bit and go and get a few more goals, but we seemed to just coast, which was a wee bit disappointing. But the main thing is, we're into proper training now, twice a week and a Saturday again for the next few weeks, so I said there's a lot to work on, so we'll start this week on Monday.
Certainly seemed like for the majority of the game you had most of the spells of possession, but as you said there, the second half came out and they seemed to come back into it a wee bit.
Aye, we probably gave them a wee bit of encouragement, exactly what I said not to do. We let them creep into the game a wee bit, but I felt we were comfortable enough at the back. I didn't really think, bar a couple of wee half chances, I didn't feel we looked like conceding, but like I say, going the other way, we didn't do enough to go and hurt them, and I thought there was more goals there for us.
Yeah, I spoke to Drew there just as we came off the park, and I think, he said it last week in his interview about wanting the strikers to be putting away chances, but this is a side where you did have most of the possession today, and I think the chances were there to be taken.
Aye, it was similar. Drew's right. It was similar to last Saturday, in that we had a lot of the ball, and it was about us making the right choice in the final third. Sometimes we did, and it was a finish or good goalkeeping. And sometimes we never, which meant sort of the chances went begging. But I gave the guys the example when you look at a performance at Clydebank on Wednesday and the intensity and getting in behind, and so that's kind of the benchmark for us now. So we need to try and hit that every week.
You just said there about going down to, I think it was 9 men they ended up with. That can be sometimes really difficult to play against because they just put the wall up at the back and then you're playing against the 9-man defence.
The last 15 minutes just became a wee bit false because fair play them, they don't want to lose, don't lose heavily. So it's up to us to go and pick them off and choose the right decision. And like I say, times we did and we just never got to finish, and at times we didn't. So
what did you think about the sending offs?
I think the first one, I think it was the assistant ref that got involved. It was something that was said, I think.
Yeah, it was.
The second one, which was the double booking, I thought that was probably a red in itself. I don't think there was any malice for the boy. He's just tried to swing to clear it, but I don't think he's seen Liam coming, and he's obviously caught him sort of throat, kind of chest high. So I thought it was probably a red in itself, just for how dangerous it was. But I don't think there was any malice for the lad.
Yeah, you mentioned there about your midweek game, and I think that's again something that I spoke to Drew about. The standard apparently on Wednesday, again I wasn't at the game, but apparently it was fantastic, and you probably went into that game being seen as the underdogs, but I'm not convinced that you believe that your team are underdogs against any opposition.
I mean, we're obviously underdog in that, Clydebank are a big club and a Premier League club, but no, I said that to guys before Wednesday, that I said nobody will give you a chance out with people in this dressing room and maybe 4 or 5 committees standing outside, but I said I expected to win. I feel we've got enough danger men to go and win, and I still feel we should have won the game. Clydebank were very complimentary of our performance, and it was one of those ones at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances against quality of that sort of what they had up top, then you will lose, and we got punished on Wednesday, but it was a good performance.
Was Wednesday maybe the best performance you've had this season so far?
Without a doubt, it was, which is ironic considering we lost the game, but it was the best performance in terms of intensity and going after the other team. I thought we were great. But like I say, I've just said to the guys there, 10 points to 12 in the league so far, and we've no hit top gear yet. So huge positives, and we'll work in training to get us there.
That's what I was just going to say there. You're the team that's come up, and you're the team that are seen to be the ones that are fighting for their place. But you're turning heads. That's you 4 games in and not lost I think you've dropped a point in a draw, but I think you've won the rest of your games, and you must be pleased with that so far.
Aye, it's pleasing, but I know that you look down the list of teams in this league. There's some tough games coming up. So for us as a promoted team, it's about try to get points on the board when we can, and we'll just gradually see where it takes us. Certainly I'm not getting carried away, and the boys are not getting carried away. Like I've said a few times already this season, we're far from finished article, but we've got a lot of good things going for us, and if they keep listening and sort of applying what we do at training, then we should be fine.
What comes with a strong squad and a big bulk of players is, I believe, what happened today, and you had a couple of boys that you weren't able to strip. How's that? How do you find that as manager, not being able to strip some of these lads, and how are they reacting to this?
It's the worst part, to be honest with you. The worst part of being a manager is telling a guy that he's not involved in the match day squad. It's horrible, but I've got to do it, and I try to be as fair as I can. I try and explain decisions to guys where I feel they deserve an explanation. And the thing is now, it's what I wanted. It's the first time this season that we've had that sort of almost full squad there, and that's what I wanted in the summer is competition. We've now got it all over the pitch, and performances like the second half today, I've said that you maybe give guys a wee chance of getting their jersey, so for me it's a huge positive.
That's what you want. That's what you want, isn't it? You want a squad where you've got players, you got a couple of boys out there today with injuries again, so I'm sure there'll be time for these boys to get their shirt back.
Aye, that's it, and that's why you need those numbers, Helen. We've just got guys back, and then Andy goes and pings a hamstring the day, and it opens the door for Gary Giffen just back off his holiday. So that's the way it works, and it was the same last season going to try and win a league. You don't do it with 14, 15 players. You need 18 to 20. So it's good competition, and it's the boys are all a tight bunch, and let's say it should bode well for the games coming up.
Who have you got this week? Is it just a friendly this week coming, or have you got a league game?
So I think we've got a free week next Saturday, so we've got a friendly coming up for Thursday 20s. So we'll have 2 good nights training and then friendly, and then 2 nights training building into Craigmart the following week.
What can you tell us about the team that you've got the following week?
Craigmart, it'll be similar to the other Ayrshire teams. We don't know a great deal about them, but we know that all the Ayrshire teams certainly know a soft touch, and they've got some quality through the team, so I think they had quite a good result today. So it'll be another tough one. Away from home to any of these teams is real tough.
Brilliant, Gordon. Thanks very much for speaking to us today, and we'll probably see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Cheers.